Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the ActionsOfTrader.com nightly wrap-up show. Hope everybody is doing well. It's about 4:45 Eastern time, just kind of settling in, just enjoying incredible weather today. New Jersey's around 80 degrees. Really nice to get some vitamin D, just to get a little bit of sun on your skin after this long, tumultuous winter that we had. So hopefully this is the start of a rapid approaching summer. Let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about it. So for the last 8 days, we've been seeing nonstop headlines of pretty much the same thing, right? Our fearless leader, all he's been saying is, we got a deal done. We won the war, right? We won the war. They're eager to make a deal. They're desperate to make a deal. They're reaching out to us to make a deal. And the problem was 2 seconds later, Iran comes out and says, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Every day we gap up and every day we get slammed. Today was kind of like the same thing. Last night, right? Well, more or less, right? So last night, after I recorded the video, obviously, right? So after I recorded the video last night, Trump came back out again and said, hey, look, you know, we're ready, right? They're ready to make a deal. They're reaching out. This is it. They're going to make a deal. You know, we're willing to, willing to end this war. Maybe like everything, right? You had all the hot spots, all the points. And after yesterday's sell-off, man, people were like on life support, right? You know, the way you see people interacting. And by the way, it's really good to see people have a smile on their face, at least for one day. Again, this social media standard of misery went to all-time highs. But again, that's another conversation for another day. So, I started rolling my eyes last night, and I'm sure a lot of you guys did exactly the same thing. You woke up this morning, the market was up 1%. And I'm like, all right, guys, same thing. Let's just wait for this market to go red. Something's going to go red. And then you see Micron go red. And you're like, oh, okay, right? Micron went at one point, went down like 10 points, right? Micron goes red. Remember we were talking about Dell, right? Dell last night. Hey, watch Dell, guys. Watch Dell. If it loses the 10-day moving average, right? Dell got killed. And you say to yourself, okay, it's just a matter of time that everything comes in. This is why we play the game. So NASDAQ gaps up 1%. So right before there was any opportunity for the NASDAQ to come in at all, right? Here comes another Trump tweet. We're close. We're close. We're close. And you literally had this every hour on the hour. And then you had Al Jazeera come out and said, Iran says they have no idea what you're talking about. But at some point, Iran might have, and again, we don't even know if this is even true. Iran came out and said, well, we're open to it. We're open to some dialogue. And that was really the aggressive rocket that launched in today's session. And when you see what happened, it happened right at lunchtime, right? You see this lunchtime area here? The rocket from Iran basically, maybe it's a poor choice of words, but the kind of like the fuse that was lit was Iran at some point around lunchtime turned around, okay, we're kind of at least open to it. And the market went absolutely nuts. We talked about last night what the market kind of needed, right? To kind of shift personalities. We started talking about last night's video. And the one thing that we started talking about was, number one, the market needed to disregard or engulf bad news. We kind of got that today, right? We kind of got that today because literally every hour Trump was turning around saying we're getting a deal done. And then Iran turned around 30 seconds later and says, no, we're ready to go. And the market kept on getting pulled a little bit and then rallying twice as hard. And we saw that, right? And that's a very, very important key. And we started talking about it last night. The longer we could continue, okay, the longer we can continue to brush off bad news or anything that's perceived to be negative, the higher probability, and again, we talked about last night, you'll start seeing a first inning of a seller strike, right? Sellers will start to get tired. They'll start to get exhausted. Now, the key question is, well, what happens next? Huge rally today, right? Nobody will ever deny that. Huge rally today. This was the first time today, probably in about 3 weeks, that I traded from the long side. I traded Tesla twice, got some pretty good bounces. Again, I'm not chasing anything into strength. We got some pretty good bounces on Tesla today. Obviously, if you're going to trade anything within channels, you're going to trade the best stock on the planet. But the moral of the story is the bigger picture is today, the QQQ's up 3.5%. We engulfed 2 days worth of selling. That's a very, very big key. Because if you guys remember, we haven't seen a day, and this we talked about it, we touched about it on last night's video. We haven't seen a day that we reclaimed the previous day's channel in weeks. Guys, look what's going on here. In weeks, again, we are still way below the 200-day moving average. Was this a good, at least first initiative for the bulls to kind of resemble something more than just victims, right? And just kind of roadkill? Sure. Is this, would we like to see a second day move tomorrow, get back above the 10-day moving average? Sure, right? Like my watch list tonight is at least all buys for tomorrow, right? I want to give, and I think I can speak for everybody out there, I want to give the bulls the benefit of the doubt. I absolutely do. So tomorrow, the key is let's see how the market reacts to the first inclination of any type of negative headlines. Because again, it's a very market sensitive tape right now. The market just doesn't go up or down on its own merits. It's all headline driven. So it's going to be very important to see how the market reacts when it gets delivered its first kidney blow tomorrow. Can the market absorb the kidney blow and brush it off and reclaim today's levels? Because if we could reclaim today's levels, and you can see the QQQs traded 90 million shares today, this is probably as much as it's traded in since going all the way back to November. So that's a big deal. This wasn't done with a little bit of volume. This was done with tremendous amount of volume with a tremendous headline right behind it. So is there a way we can price improve today's session tomorrow? Is there going to be any fresh news that could give us a little bit more clarity if Iran is actually serious about making a deal? Is there going to be anything that's going to disrupt what we saw today? Obviously, everything is on the table. It's a fluid situation. Again, it's not just as simple as cut and dry. But from the technical point of view, yes, we are still below the 200-day moving average. The bulls need to get back above 594 for me to turn around and go, risk is back on. You can take as many overnights as you want. You could build the positions again. Yes, absolutely. But for now, it's still baby steps. Right now, we touched the 10-day moving average today into the close. Tomorrow, let's see if we can build above the 10-day moving average and slowly but surely start attacking the 200-day. Again, you can't really put the cart in front of the horse. Today was an absolute marvelous day for the bulls. Like I said, it's really nice to see people smiling, interacting, because I'll be honest with you guys, the last 2-3 weeks, there's very, very few people that trade both sides of the market. It was weighing on me, man. The whole everybody's upset, everybody's blaming the market and blaming this and blaming that. And again, guys, could keep this in mind. The stock market doesn't owe you anything, right? It's not an entitlement for you to be wealthy, to be rich, to be this, to be that. Market's just open. The market's just trading organically on news headlines, on technicals, on fundamentals, whatever the case may be. The market is just literally there to facilitate your buys and sells. It's your job, right? Your job to make heads, make tails, and put stakes in your freezer. But at least for one day, it does feel good that the market masses at least can go to sleep with a smile on their face, barring any headlines. Let's see if we can get a day two. What I'd like to see tomorrow is some profit taking at the open, not to short, obviously, to see if bears can get trapped, right? Get trapped into rising 60-minute support. If they get trapped into rising 60-minute support and start attacking today's channels, let's see, we could get a day two. The worst thing that can happen for tomorrow is if the market gives back at least half this bar. We don't want to see that, guys. Again, the market is already fragile. Okay? The market is still way below daily supply. The last thing the bulls want to do is give back half this gains. Now, you could turn around from the glass half full and say, wow, the Qs are up 20 points. Even if they give back 10, they're still net positive 10. Yeah, but we're below the 10-day moving average again, and then we'll probably give back the 5-day moving average again. So you don't want to put in that situation. You want to build. It's like a snowball effect. You want to build. So the bulls do a good job. Don't drop the ball. Tomorrow, pretty basic. I've taken basically my top 5 favorite stocks and just watched them over today's channels. Tesla, Nvidia, Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, Amazon. It doesn't make a difference. Meta, it doesn't make a difference what stock you're looking at. The key is they have to get back above today's channels tomorrow. I will be buying dips after the first move above today's channel and give us pretty good, healthy, high probability rising support where bulls need to defend. But overall, guys, great job, bulls. Great job, bears, for the last several weeks. Trade both sides of the market. Acknowledge that the market is a two-sided vehicle. It needs to be driven both sides of the road. And the most important part is, I say this all the time, guys, trade the market you have, not the market you want. Great job today, bulls. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody.